Hi, I'm Angela Wolf. Moving on with our sew-along for the jean shirt, we're going to work on the placket. Now there are so many ways to do this. I'm just going to show you one easy way, and I learned this from altering men's shirts. So I gave myself a different placket than what was in the pattern, and you can download this from the website. It's 3 inches wide, and instead of adding interfacing, which I have here, that's really thick and stiff. So instead, I've just cut a piece of fabric. I've already pressed in the edges, as you can see, and I'll show you how easy it is to attach this. On the placket itself, I have trimmed up, and then there's a triangle. And the reason being is when I sew, you'll notice that it's actually going to go like this so I can sew a straight line. So starting with the wrong side of the fabric, which might seem weird, but it's much easier top stitching from the right side. All right, so let's stitch down here. And this is the sleeve placket, of course. You could use this in other areas, but this is the placket of the sleeve. And what I'm doing, if you can see this, I'm going to move my hand out of the way. I'm lining up this folded line right with the edge of that triangle. And I'm just going to stitch to the end. It looks like I've got fabric fuzzies everywhere. That's the one thing about denim. It loves to fray. All right, and I just made it over the triangle. And don't worry, it might take you a few tries to get this just right, but you can stitch over it again if you miss it. So let's see how we did. I'm not back stitching because this part of the sleeve is going to be going into the cuff. From this side, looks pretty good. Let's see about this side. It looks like I've just captured the edge. Now the next thing you're going to do is, I've already pressed this, but you could go and press this again if you'd like. Fold this around. And basically, you're going to top stitch right on the edge of that fold that you have there. And it's basically right on top of that stitch line that you just did. So you're going to stitch. Be careful when you get to the triangle point, which is right here. And again, it might take you a few times to get this, but it's so much faster than some of the old ways. I remember altering my husband's shirt, and I opened up that cuff and the placket, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so simple. Of course, he had no idea what I was talking about. Okay, so here we have one big long piece, and the inside is all finished. Let's get up to the pressing. Okay, up here, I'm just going to slide this sleeve out of the way. The next step is to press this. And I'm just going to press this under. Press this here. So how do we make that nice triangle? Well, first of all, this shorter edge is the back piece. So your placket's going to close this way, just like this. Now you could just close it if you wanted to, but I want to do something a little more decorative. So you're going to lift this. This part is, just try it a couple times and you'll get it right. It's just a fold of the fabric up here. Fold this open, and then tuck it in, if I can get my finger out of the way. So again, you fold that open, and you'll just have to kind of maneuver your hands a little bit till you have a nice point. I'm going to give that a pressing, get my hand out of the way, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's a little bit messy, but that's what you're going to do. Let me just pull this one out here. This is the one. I've already folded it. You can see the little gap there. I've pressed it. I have my hammer out because if you have too much fabric here, just throw this on your garage floor, give it a little hammering like we do the jeans, and that works great. One more thing before I sit back at the sewing machine, I just wanted to show you this one. If you want to get decorative, you can make this longer. You can add a little bling to it. A lot of fun. So let's go back to the sewing machine. Let me show you the last little step here. The last thing I'm going to do is draw myself a line across here, and you're going to top stitch all around that edge, just like that. So while I get that rolling, see you in the next lesson, and the next thing we're going to do is sew together the sleeves to the body of the garment.